You are probably sabotaging your weight loss and killing your energy levels because you think eating once a day is just about skipping 2 meals. If you feel like a total zombie by 4 in the afternoon or find yourself raiding the pantry at midnight, then your one meal is failing you. Most people treat this lifestyle like a free pass to eat whatever they want as long as it fits in a single hour, but that is a huge mistake. If you do not build your plate with a specific strategy, you are going to lose muscle and feel constantly hungry instead of burning fat. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact template for the perfect meal that fuels your brain and keeps you full for 23 hours. We are going to go deep into the science of what your body actually needs to survive and thrive on a one-meal-a-day schedule.
By the end of this talk, you will know exactly how to balance your plate, so you never have to deal with that afternoon brain fog ever again.
Let us start with the most important part of your plate, which is protein, because this is what keeps your body from eating its own muscle.
When you only eat once a day, you have to give your body a massive signal to stay strong and healthy, and we call this a protein pulse.
This pulse tells your body to start a process called muscle protein synthesis, which is just a fancy way of saying it is building and repairing tissue.
If you do not get enough protein, your body will start breaking down your muscles to get the amino acids it needs to keep your heart and organs running.
To do this right, you need to aim for about 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein for every single kilogram of your body weight.
Imagine a person who weighs 70 kilograms, which is about 154 pounds of total body mass.
That person needs to eat at least 112 grams of protein in that one single meal to keep their muscles safe.
That sounds like a lot because it actually is a massive amount of food that requires some serious planning.
Think about eating 4 large chicken breasts or a giant pile of lean steak and several eggs all in one sitting. If you prefer fish, you would need to eat a very large piece of salmon or several cans of tuna to reach that specific target number. Do not try to eat all of that protein in the first 5 minutes because your stomach will probably feel very uncomfortable and bloated. Instead, you should spread your protein intake across your entire eating hour by starting with a small portion and then having the rest later. Eating protein also makes you feel very full because it lowers the hunger hormones in your brain that tell you to keep searching for snacks.
Now let us talk about why so many people hit a wall at the 18-hour mark and feel like they are absolutely starving to death.
This usually happens because they are skimping on healthy fats, which are the long-term batteries for your body and your hormonal system. Fat is essential for making hormones like testosterone and leptin, which help regulate your mood and your appetite throughout the whole day. Your goal should be to make sure that 30 to 40% of your total calories for the day are coming from high-quality fats. If you ignore this part of the meal, you will find yourself feeling shaky and irritable long before your next eating window opens up. Think about adding a whole avocado to your plate because it is packed with healthy, monounsaturated fats that are great for your heart. You can also drizzle 2 big tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil over your vegetables to add easy calories and a lot of flavor. Nuts and seeds like walnuts or pumpkin seeds are also great because they provide a nice crunch along with those essential fats you need. Fat also slows down how fast food leaves your stomach, which means the energy from your meal is released slowly over many hours. This slow release is the secret to feeling calm and focused while everyone else is crashing from their high-sugar breakfast or lunch. Next, we have to address the big question about carbohydrates because there is a lot of confusion about whether they are good or bad.
Carbohydrates are like the nitro button in a race car because they give you fast energy, but they can also cause a massive crash.
If you are a very active person or you lift heavy weights at the gym, you definitely need some smart carbs to refill your energy stores. However, the timing of when you eat these carbs is actually more important than the total amount of carbs on your plate. You should always try to eat your carbohydrates toward the very end of your meal after you have already eaten your protein and fiber.
When you do this, the fiber and protein act like a net that catches the sugar and slows down how fast it enters your blood. This prevents a massive insulin spike, which is important because high insulin can stop your body from burning fat for several hours.
Stick to a range of 20 to 40 grams of net carbs, which is roughly the size of one medium sweet potato or a half cup of quinoa.
Berries like blueberries or raspberries are also amazing choices because they have a lot of vitamins but very little sugar.
You should stay far away from processed sugars like soda or white bread because they will make you crave junk food at 20 hours in.
Processed sugar causes a roller coaster in your blood sugar levels that leads to that shaky feeling people often mistake for actual hunger.
The real secret weapon for staying full for 23 hours straight is something most people completely forget about, which is fiber. Fiber is the part of plants that your body cannot digest, so it takes up a lot of physical space in your stomach for a long time.
This physical stretch in your stomach sends a signal to your brain that says you are completely full and do not need any more food.
You should aim for 25 to 35 grams of total fiber in your meal to keep your digestion moving and your appetite low. A great trick is to start your meal with a giant bowl of green salad or a vegetable soup before you touch anything else. We call this preloading, and it helps you manage your portions because you are filling up on low-calorie bulk before the heavy food. Think about eating things like broccoli or cauliflower or big piles of spinach because these are very high in fiber but low in calories.
If you skip the fiber, you might find that you can eat 2,000 calories and still feel like there is a hole in your stomach. Now we need to talk about the small things that make a huge difference, which are your vitamins and your minerals.
Because you are only eating, once you have to be very careful that you are getting 100% of your daily nutrients in that meal. We call this the crowding principle, where you fill your plate with so many good things that there is no room left for junk. You need to focus on nutrient-dense superstars like salmon for vitamin D and B12, which are vital for your energy and brain health. Spinach is another great one because it is loaded with magnesium, which helps your muscles relax and helps you sleep better at night. Pumpkin seeds are a fantastic source of zinc, which supports your immune system so you do not get sick while you are fasting. Hydration is also a huge part of the meal itself, so you should drink about 500 to 700 milliliters of water while eating.
This helps your body break down the food and move the nutrients into your bloodstream where they can be used for energy.
One common problem people face is getting a headache during their fast, and this is usually because they are low on electrolytes. When you fast, your body flushes out sodium and potassium, so you must make sure to add a little sea salt to your meal. Do not be afraid of salt because your body actually needs it to keep your nerves and muscles working correctly while you are not eating. Let us look at what your plate should actually look like when you sit down to eat this massive and perfect OMAD meal. Imagine a large dinner plate where half of the entire space is covered in colorful vegetables like peppers and greens and carrots. Or a fourth of that plate should be your high-quality protein like a big steak or several pieces of grilled chicken or fish. The last quarter of the plate is where you put your smart carbs like a small potato or a portion of beans and your healthy fats.
This balance ensures that you are getting a mix of fast energy and slow energy along with all the building blocks for your muscles.
If you are someone who likes to lift weights or do cardio, you should try to time your meal so you eat after your workout. Eating within an hour or two after exercise helps your body soak up all those nutrients like a sponge to repair your muscles. Resistance training is very important when you're doing OMAD because it tells your body that it needs to keep its muscle mass.
If you just sit on the couch all day and eat once, your body might decide that those big leg muscles are not necessary and burn them.
Let us go over some of the most common mistakes that people make when they start this journey so you can avoid them. The biggest mistake is speed eating, where people try to finish their entire day worth of food in 10 or 15 minutes. When you eat that fast, your brain does not have enough time to receive the signal that your stomach is actually full. You end up feeling incredibly bloated and uncomfortable, and you might even feel a bit sick for a couple of hours afterward.
Try to make your meal last at least 30 to 45 minutes and chew every single bite thoroughly to help your digestion.
Another mistake is forgetting about the minerals and ending up feeling dizzy or tired during the final hours of your fast. If you feel weak, try adding a tiny pinch of salt to your water during the day, but make sure you get plenty during your meal too. Always remember that your foundation must be whole foods, and treats, like cookies or cake, should only be a tiny extra at the end. If you make a dessert the main part of your meal, you are going to feel terrible the next day and your progress will stop.
Building the perfect meal takes a little bit of practice, but once you get the hang of it, you will feel like a total superhero. You will have more energy than you ever did when you were eating 3 times a day, and the weight will fall off naturally.
Use this template every single day, and you will see amazing changes in how you look and how much work you can get done. If you want to see exactly how to prepare these meals step by step, then you should definitely check out my other videos. I have a whole playlist dedicated to helping you master the art of fasting without the struggle or the constant hunger.
Subscribe for more science-backed tips and watch the OMAD playlist right now to take your health to the next level.